So I found this old negative on eBay. It's from the 1960s. It's a medium format negative, a 6x6 in size, 6x6 medium format, and I got it on eBay, and we're going to hopefully revive it, see how it prints and bring it back to life. So these are the tools I'm going to be using for this. There's a negative carrier. It's got this is a negative of 6x6 medium format negative that I've already put in, and it's got a 6x6 carrier inside it. This is a medium format condenser which is used for the Durst M605. This is a 75mm lens that I use for medium format. These are the Ilford multigrade filters. I'm going to be using the number 5 because I want to get nice contrast on the print. This is a focus finder that I'm going to be using to get focus. These are test strips in here, and this is a glass of Jack Daniels. The first thing I've got to do is put the lens on the enlarger. Get it under there and just screw it in. Okay, then we put the condenser in. There's the condenser, it just slots in there and screws in. This is the filter holder, which I'll be putting the filter in later, contrast filter. And we now put the negative in. Just give it one last look, make sure there's no dust on it. There it isn't, so that's nice. In goes the negative, and we're ready to do some test prints. Okay, this is the focus finder on the Enlarger, but the first thing I need to do is open the aperture of the Enlarger lens to its widest, which is f4 on this lens, and you can see it goes nice and bright. Not ideal for printing, but it's ideal for focusing. And I use the Enlarger's focus knob to get a sharp focus on my print, and once I'm happy with that, I'll put the lens back down to, or back up to f11, ready for a print. So these are my test strips here. I've done 3 test strips. The first one, I decided not to do test strips in increments of seconds. I just looked at the negative and kind of guessed it. This was 20 seconds under the Enlarger at f11. And it was just a bit too grey for my liking. I really wanted the blacks to pop. I wanted the image to pop, the contrast. So we tried a second one, and this one was at 25 seconds. And then I did 7 seconds with a contrast filter, a grade number 5. The idea of using the contrast filter was, I was quite happy with the highlights, but I wanted to make the blacks a bit blacker. In other words, make the print more contrasty. But it still wasn't as contrasty as I wanted. So I did a third test strip at 25 seconds and then used the contrast filter at 15 seconds. You can see the highlights haven't changed, but the blacks have got definitely blacker. Look at this guy here. Certainly got a much nicer contrast here. So this is my test strips, 3 test strips. I'm now going to go for a full print, which is an 8x8 print on Kentmere resin paper. And I'm going to enlarge this for 25 seconds and then put the contrast number 5 filter in, just so it make the blacks pop and make the print more contrasty. I'm going to put that in and enlarge it for another 15 seconds. So let's see how that goes. So before I turn the lights off, I'll just show you quickly what I'll be doing. This is a 8x8 matte board that I made as a mask, and I'm going to slide the paper underneath there, and then afterwards I'll put the aperture back in, take the negative carrier out and just shine raw light onto it so I get a nice black edge around my print. So I just thought I'd quickly show you that. That's what I'm going to be doing in the dark. Slide the paper under, and then I need to weight the paper down, the mask down, so that no light leaks underneath. I've shown this in another video. So anything weighty does the trick. Okay, now I'm going to turn the Enlarger on for the time that I said I was, which is the first hit is going to be 25 seconds. Off she goes. Stand very still. You don't want to move the Enlarger at this point. I'll speed this up in the video now. Okay, and next part is to put the contrast filter in, number 5. So at the moment the print's kind of grey. This is going to get the blacks blacks and keep the whites white. I'm going to pop this on for 15 seconds. I'll speed this up in the video now. That's that done, and the last thing to do now is to sorry if you can't see this, but I've explained this part in another video I did, which is I'm making the black edge around my print by putting the when I cut this mount, the piece inside I kept so I could put inside. I'll show you when the light's back on and what I'm doing. Take the contrast filter out, take the negative carrier out, and we'll just burst light on the edges. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're ready to develop. So what the last piece there I was doing was just putting a black edge around the print. So this is my my developing area. Over this side I've got the developer, the stop bath and the fix, and right over in the corner I've got a wash. So let's have a look at the develop now. Okay, so let's put the print into the developer, let's scoop it in like so, and just gently rock it back and forward. And it's starting to work. The black and white, the black border's looking nice. So obviously from the test strip I've only tested one part of the print, but from that one part gives me a rough idea of what the rest will look like, and it's looking really nice. So I'll just leave that in there for 10 seconds, 15, 20 seconds. Take the print out, let as much developer drip off as possible. I'm using Ilford developer and Ilford stop and Ilford fix. So this is now stopping the development process. Okay, just drip as much stop as I can off, and then it goes into the fixer. Same process, just rock it back and forward slowly. Don't have to go crazy with this. You can turn it upside down if you want, a couple of times, and then back over. But the most important thing is the fix. You want to make sure the temperature's as it should be, not too warm, not too cold, and just be patient with it and let it fix all the paper. The last thing you want is any brown smudges or mess on your print after you've dried it, which would indicate that your fixing hasn't worked. That's looking nice. It's still in the fix, so I'm happy with that. Just gonna wash it now, dry it, and that's just plain water in there. And the print's just gonna sit in this water bath. This is fresh water, and this is resin paper, which is basically a shiny plastic, so it doesn't take long to wash. Okay, so I'll continue the washing process, dry it out and see how the print looks. Okay, so it's been in that bath for about 10 minutes, and then I've washed it with fresh water after that, just to get any chemical residue that might be sitting on there. And I'm just going to put this on the pegs and leave it to dry.